Hi everyone, Glenn here. Welcome to my workshop. Today I'm going to be taking a look at this 2 horsepower Harbor Freight dust collector in preparation of putting together dust collection for my workshop. So what I'm going to be looking at today are the airflow characteristics of the dust collector at the inlet. And this is so that I can go through, do the calculations for airflow, and figure out how I need to size the ductwork as it runs to each of the machines that I need in the shop. Let's get started. You'll need a couple of meters in order to take the airflow measurements of the dust collector. First is an anemometer to measure the airflow, which you can get fairly inexpensively online. There's a link in the description. The second is a manometer to measure the static suction pressure, which is easily made with some scrap parts and vinyl tubing. Take a scrap piece of flat wood of a dimension larger than the inlet of the dust collector and drill a hole just large enough for the tubing to pass through. I recommend tubing at least a 1/4 inch inside diameter, otherwise the surface tension starts messing with your measurements. Use caulking to glue the tubing to the piece of wood and make it airtight. To take suction measurements, you'll need to create a U-bend in the tubing and fasten this to a plank of wood. I used the conduit clamps to hold my tubing in place. To make things easier to see, add a few drops of food coloring to some water and mix it in. Then pour the water in the U-bend of the manometer and mark the starting level of the fluid. Put the piece of wood against the inlet of the dust collector and measure the difference in the heights of the 2 columns of water. In this case, one side is 4.5 inches from the starting level, so the total static suction is twice that, or 9 inches. Next is to measure the airflow. This Harbor Freight dust collector has a 5-inch diameter inlet, which I'm transitioning to 6-inch diameter in the main trunk. So, to get the airflow through 6-inch diameter ductwork, I add the 6-inch to 5-inch reducer, and then attach a 5-foot length of 6-inch duct. There will be minimal friction loss through this short length of duct, and it gives the airstream a chance to even out instead of taking the measurement right at the inlet. I turned my anemometer to average mode and set it to record in feet per minute, which displays the average airflow over the past few seconds. I take a reading all around the area of the duct to get an average airflow. In this case, it was between 5,000 and 5,400 feet per minute. With these parameters determined, next is to work out the sizes of ductwork required in order to maintain sufficient airflow through the dust collection system, which I will address in a later video. Stay tuned for part 2, where I go through sizing the ductwork. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more.